And again, this is coming out of people who were formerly alive. People are walking around with these things growing inside. Understand that these are not clumps of blood. These are not clumps of blood. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Right.
There's no way that these are blood clots. At the very high resolution, they look like almost reptilian scales.
Wow.
Reptilian scales.
Wow.
On the side. And yeah, there you go.
Right.
See those reptilian scales? What I'm saying is that looking at this is shocking to me because, number one, none of this belongs in the human body. None of this belongs in the human body.
Right.
This is being found in people who have, quote, died suddenly.
Basically, when you get these, you're not a regular human being anymore.
You're not a regular human being anymore.
Looking at this is shocking to me because, number one, none of this belongs in the human body.
Number one, none of this belongs in the human body.
You're becoming alien. Your physiology is changing. And he even talked about this with the mRNA that's in the vaccine.
Nobody will be safe if not everybody is vaccinated.
It doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you if you take a genetic editing.
An effort for man to merge with machine in a healthy way.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, you know? Like, when my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I'm human, but I don't know if I stabbed you if you bleed, you know? I'm not going to stab them. But I don't know if they bleed all the way. I think a battery would fall out. You know what I mean? And I just get that sense. I've always known it was demonic. And people just get on board because, as we talked about in this book, they are using science and this idea of technology and this idea of transforming society for the better to indoctrinate us into accepting this. And it's wrong and it's backwards. And the main component of all of this is psychology, right? They're able to do it because of psychology, making you think that society has gotten better. Our kids have objectively gotten dumber. We've become fatter. We've become less healthy. We've become less emotionally sound. And yet they are convincing us that this is like humanity's great leap forward. We put a man on the moon and he just like called them up and was like, hey, Prez, what's up? I'm up here. Yeah, it's so cool. It's really great. It's nice. Starry night up here. Okay, I'm going to text you. I got to go by in 69. And they get these people, they tell you like, he's a genius. They're all writing like he's a genius. So we should just accept that Elon Musk is a genius because like all the writers who are obviously indoctrinated into the occult are telling us that this is the next person that we should worship. The establishment of Hollywood, it was all occults. They were all Aleister Crowley proteges who were just raping kids and summoning demons, and demons are real. So at the same time that they're summoning demons, they are making us all believe that faith is not real. And that has been, I think, the greatest trick that the devil ever played, right? Is making people think that he didn't exist and making people atheist, making people believe that there's nothing, like you're here for a moment in time, because then it allows them to further tether us to their reality and to their God, which is money, right? Well, if you truly knew and believed, like I do, I actually know that this is not it. Like I know this is not it. But if you truly believed that, you wouldn't sell your soul. People think that that's just like an expression. Oh, he sold his soul. No, you are literally selling your soul. Like when you tell lies and you go down a path of lying because you're so afraid of not having the security of a paycheck, or you're willing to do something terrible to maintain that job, or keeping your mouth shut to maintain that job. We're seeing it right now with the Charlie Kirk case, right? You're selling your soul. Like there's a life after this. They have made you pledge your allegiance to their dollar because they know life is going on. They know that. They want you to literally sell them your soul. That's my personal belief.
They would progressively infiltrate all of the races. They would get the coding from the angelic human 12 tribes by raiding the 12 tribes, sexually interbreeding with them to get a genetic line to create a super race that would carry the codes, the Stargate codes that corresponded to Earth's grids. So they had Not only were they fighting for the Templar now they were targeting the angelic human race because it had the codes, and if they could interbreed, because now they were capable of creating live offspring, if they could create a race that would hold all of the Stargate codes, and they'd have to do it one group at a time. They'd have to infiltrate Tribe 1 and Tribe 2 and Tribe 3 and very carefully interweave what tribes they raided to create a race of children, a race of human mutants that would look like the rest of us, that would have the keys to the Templar running in reverse. This is what they tried to do, and it was an official agreement that was made. What we're living right now is the end of that agreement. There's some interesting things done in order to fulfill that agreement. Interesting and horrific. The most important one that I'll add to this, because there's a whole list of them that I could go through, and I'll just go through the list real quick. They would progress.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why they were able to now procreate, because they wasn't allowed to when they was originally created. So they infiltrated us and got us to start having sex with these species. So this is just part of it, my people, but we're at the end of it now. And because we're at the end, these people are more desperate than ever.
This is why they keep us dumbed down. This is why they need MK Ultra mind control programs, because this is the truth behind everything. Like every conspiracy leads down to transhumanism. This is why you got different private businesses and shit like that putting parasites to medications and food supplies, water supplies, right?
Worms in your brain? This is what they look like. This is a nematode.
Parasite eggs put into vaccine will turn into larva form and go into the lungs.
The parasites supposed to be a trigger for this like reptilian brain to take over. They are attached to the reptilian brain, and these parasites are in archonic spirits. As long as you're operating in that reptilian brain, that lower brain, you're going to be in a beast mentality.
Our creator create this module just to limit our flight mode. Now understand, what makes us humans is the ability to connect with other things. So what we call the civil aspect, the morality aspect, things that don't make you become an animal. This is what you call the modulator, that keeping you from becoming an animal itself. That is what you call the reptilian brain. What they call the reptilian brain, once again, is a module that calculates your behavior. So once you have enough bacteria in you, you have enough of these worms, enough of these foreign entities that take over your body. Guess what? The brain, the reptilian brain, only tells you, look, with this amount of intoxication, with this amount of these chemicals, these entities that's inside of you, since you don't cleanse, since these entities taking over you, guess what? You cannot be in your normal brain anymore. So that means you got to operate in what? In your reptilian brain. That means that is the part now that becomes active. That's when you become what? An animal. So you're no longer humans. You become the animal version. That is what the reptilian brain is active. Once you have all these parasites occupied or pretty much infested your body, where your body said, look, shit, too much of these things, or these things, you never get rid of them. They take over the control of these modules, and guess what? The reptilian brain is activated. Now, this is who these people are, okay? This is what they've been doing for a long time, and you couldn't tell them nothing because they are untouchable. Who's gonna tell these so-called elite people they never understand struggle, they've never been through the struggle? All they know is yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Nobody's gonna challenge them for shit. And they develop their own little crew, their own little circle, and they are most likely the little losers, because they don't get exposed with people. They're not around people, so they are very secluded. And for them, since they have power and access and money, they give that shit their own name. So you know, they create their own little society by doing those degenerate activities. So now from these worms being developed, they believe this worm is a part of them now. And from doing that, they feel like initiating what I'm talking about, the strain, okay? They put it out there for you. They put this shit in your face, because you know, this is how they got to always escape karma, because what you call karma is literally the universe said, look, you're taking advantage out of people that don't know, I have to punish you for that reason. But guess what? They put it as a form of entertainment. They have to tell you the truth, so they get away with it by telling you the truth.
Now what? You no longer human. Now what happened? You doing shit like an animal. You are aggressive. You do shit that is unbelievable. You want to eat flesh because that entity is feeding off your flesh. So it only makes sense you want to do what that entity do.
Now, the thing is, I feel like that type of knowledge can be weaponized, right? So like they can, like military can use that using like whatever type of radio frequencies, right? EMFs. They can use that to force some type of beast mentality to induce like parasite mutations and all that, right?